dealing with the various aspects of the giving. Givings by the federal government, the governments with your taxes, state and local governments. The givings by charitable foundations who give to the individuals in the community, groups in the community. Givings by corporations, corporations that take funds and give to you. But our point has always been, and will continually be, is to try to explain is that this giving provides a means of direction, or provides us with a means of direction as to how to get these givings. And in most cases, it's given and they explain, even though we explain what we want the givings for, there are certain fundamental issues that the givers, the funders, expect of us. And in so doing, from our last presentation, we got a lot of calls because we attempted to explain this in a certain way. The calls were very simple, and that is, what am I saying with regards to the present problems that we're dealing with racism in the police department, the problems that are being presented on the streets with regards to the protests that are being presented on the streets? Well, it's very simple. It's very simple. In order to get change, you cannot simply give to one group. My point being was what I was saying and will continue to say. If the Black Lives Matter group gets money from the federal government, monies to continue their efforts, these monies should be divided equally among the Black Lives group, the police department, the LGBT groups, the organizations that set themselves up to work with the community, and it must present a holistic approach to this problem. We just can't say Black Lives Matter when we send white police officers into the black community to protect the black citizens. You see, this program has to include that police department that will have, now let's just say it, that will have some racist cops in that department. But therefore our plan, our development, our future look at what's going to be happening is that we've taken that into account. And we're working together with the community. We're working together with those who are dealing with this particular problem, and we're trying our best efforts to put the public's interest first. You see, we don't want to say this, but we know it. If you live in the black community, we know that black on black crimes is a very serious issue in this country. We haven't been able to solve it. We need all facets to help us solve this problem. You see, if you can't see that, everyone on that line, that protest line, is not really there for the revolution or whatever you want to call it. Oh no. There's a drug dealer sending the crackheads out there, burn this building down. The fact that things are in disarray in certain people are profiting from this. We know it. And now we're going to say, hey, we want to set up a situation where we can police ourselves? No. We need the police. We need the LGBT groups. We need the mom and pop small businesses who are most assuredly being threatened by this problem. You see, understanding the problem means being able to understand what is necessary to prevent it. And if you got one group going this way and one group going that way, it won't work. But what forces them to go this way and that way? We keep telling you. Presentation after presentation after presentation. It's all in the funding. who's giving it, for what reason, and why. It's not who, but how. And if we're not setting up a situation we can bring in these different groups together, including the police department, working together, developing a holistic plan, a holistic approach to this problem, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. What happens is the giving will become the tool to keeping the peace. Well, we gave to this group, now they're quiet. We gave to this group, now they're quiet. We gave to the police department, they got more guns and weapons and shields, now they're quiet. But what happened to the people? What happened to the cause? Well, we got peace. Yeah, right. But the racism, or the issues that were so pertinent and used by very articulate individuals in the black community, well, they're still there. We're not working on that right now. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there's an issue here. And those individuals who it's just a few. But it doesn't take but one. For that light bulb to come on and say, wait a minute. Is it true? Is it true that when we give and he gives to this group and they give that group and they go their different ways, are we still going? Is the message still there? Well, if it's not, then we have to change that. We have to look at the giving and who's giving it and for what reasons are you giving it. You see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a con here. There's a misdirection here. There's a abracadabra. Oh, is that what you meant? Yeah. There's a con here. But it's in the giving. It's in the boardrooms of the corporations who give to a separate cause and doesn't understand that that giving to that cause is not perpetuating the type of unity that is necessary to create change. It's given to our government, given by our government, who's giving to police departments, who's shielding themselves with rubber bullets and shields and, hey, we keep the peace. Now, but understanding that without an integrated effort by all parties involved, we're going to lose. We're still right here. Still. Because we didn't think it through. And when you think it through, you'll see that what I'm saying is not so far-fetched. And you'll be able to understand that the real con is in the giving. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Creighton Rippey. I am the director of the Greater Detroit Community Outreach Center here in Detroit, Michigan. You can reach us at 313-891-7030 or look us up on the World Wide Web at greaterdetroitoutreach.org. Thank you for looking in.